Come with me on this Emory tour, and if I'm being honest, despite being a junior, I haven't really taken the time to go to college tours, but I'm glad I at least got to experience Emory. From the scenery to the atmosphere to the curriculum, being a student at Emory feels like a dream. Honestly, this vlog was like recorded a while ago, so I'm going to try my best to remember everything. Completely random. I don't know why this surprised me, but I found Emory Hospital on campus. Like it's right there. In case of an emergency, I literally have access to a medical facility, which I think is great. It makes me think about how many pre med students get to intern here or even do research. The only downside is you can't use or park your car during your first or 2 years as a student, unless you're attending Oxford, which is part of Emory, and more like a liberal arts college, according to a tour guide. We didn't end up going into the Carlos Museum, but apparently there is an ancient mummy. Not gonna lie, with the hospital and professionals so nearby, they better not decide to mess with it. Creating an animal from frozen genes is crazy enough. It gets to a point.
Turn now to that remarkable scientific breakthrough. 13,000 years after the last dire wolf walked the earth, scientists say they've now brought them back.
Okay.
My favorite part of this whole tour is seeing the students walking about. Apart from students like stopping to greet our tour guide, I wonder what these people were thinking. Like looking at miniatures of themselves, maybe, or maybe they were just too busy to notice or care. We met at least three different high schools on our tour, by the way. Love that. I mean, it's a bunch of high schoolers here, so I'm like, interesting. If I was a student here, I'd be very. No, actually, if I was a student, I probably wouldn't realize. I love the open fields and the break room areas in the residential building or cafe. It seemed like a place I would study, and I say that because as I, even though I wish to embody the aesthetics and feel the, I can already feel the flies on my skin, especially during the summer. I like the whole idea of being a college student, lying on the grass. You would never see me do that. It's no way, unless you give me like some kind of like picnic blanket or something. I don't know, or a chair that works too. So even though I know sunscreen exists, I'm not trying to get any darker than I am. That is a plus as well. So you might as well get me an umbrella too. I don't think we ever got to the library, but that's okay because I'm pretty sure they didn't want any noise anyway. I'm also a big fan of the architecture, or perhaps it's the name and Emory has made for itself that makes it seem so posh. We can't forget that Emory is right next to the city. So if you've gone to those websites that help you choose the best college for you, like College Board, they usually ask if you prefer like rural or suburban areas, and maybe they'll compare like the faculty ratio. Honestly, I don't really care. I feel as though I would adapt wherever I am. It's more about the opportunities available. Like I mentioned before, the Emory Hospital. Then there's Julie, Emory's second mascot, which pretty much invested and criticizes like students or occurrences that happen on campus. Occurrences on campus, basically. Its home is at Emory's Oxford campus, and the student who dresses as its mascot is unknown, because duh, but very interesting. So we got to this place. I don't really remember what it was called, but it was filled with portraits of past athletes, or I guess you could say blooms.
Alumnus.
Yeah, we passed the gym, which I was really happy to see, as if I would be consistent if I was a student in Emory, especially if I'm going into the medical field or pre med. But who knows? our tour guide mentioned occasional like Pilates or yoga classes, and my favorite part was seeing a Pilates studio or room. It set up so many childhood dreams of mine that never really became a reality, but that's okay because I would hate to be paralyzed. Okay, rejection is a redirection, so I'll take my chances. I'll consider it a blessing or something. I really thought we could escape the whole backpack situation, but who am I kidding? I'm not sacrificing my right shoulder just to look like Elle from Legally Blonde or someone who isn't taking all the science classes you could possibly think of. Okay? Anyway, if you're thinking of visiting, you should. It seems big on the outside, but I think once you get into Emory, you can find your way around in no time. I don't know. Well, at least from the experience of our tour guide, that's what it seemed like. Overall, a 10 out of 10. Will be keeping my eyes on Emory from now on. However, that scholarship is no joke. We'll be keeping my eyes on Emory, but I don't know. I don't know. Even if I were to get accepted, I don't, if I get that scholarship or a full ride scholarship, that would be a miracle. You know, it'd be great because as someone on social media said, if you can't afford a school, then just don't go. You can be successful anywhere you go, just as long as you lock in and put your mind to it. And as long as you invite God into everything you do, you will be all right. So yeah, unless you have plans set in place, then yeah, I would say Emory is a really good school to put on your list.